Hello, and welcome to CAMA Saskatchewan Marketing Minutes, the Food Edition. I am Dean Barton, the President of CAMA Saskatchewan. We are very excited to bring you 3 diverse and successful Saskatchewan food companies today. Each company has prepared a 10 to 15 minute presentation focusing on a marketing campaign or strategy. First up, we have Pile of Bones Brewery. The Pile of Bones Brewing Company was founded by 4 award-winning home brewers who traded recipes, techniques, tips, and tricks for years before they decided to work together to bring their best beers to you. Originally Regina's only downtown brewery, they continue to innovate and push the boundaries of the craft beer experience from their new state-of-the-art brewery and tap room. Today, Josh Morrison, one of the 4 owners, will talk about how experiential marketing with a local approach had a regional reach.
Welcome to the Pile of Bones Brewing Company, located in the heart of downtown Regina in the shadow of the iconic Mosaic Stadium. Our business started 4 years ago by 4 homebrewing buddies who leased a little brewery underneath the O'Hanlon's pub in downtown Regina. Now, our initial brewery was only 700 liters at a time and produced about 100,000 liters a year. In 2018-2019, we built this facility, which could produce 5,000 liters at a time and about 750,000 liters a year. And so we were in a phase where we were trying to grow our business by 5 or 6 or even 7 times in terms of sales. And that is the marketing challenge I'm here to talk to you about today. So the obvious answer seemed to be to sell more beer in cans. But selling beer in cans has its own set of hurdles to get over. First of all, you don't control the last mile of the supply chain. The consumer has to go and pick your beer off a shelf versus all of your friends' beers and all of the competitors from outside of the province. And that is in and of itself a challenge. The traditional approaches to marketing beer simply don't work for craft beer. Big beer does what big beer does. They buy significant advertising, they sponsor the Super Bowl, they sponsor stadiums so that they keep the local brewers out. They buy billboards, bus wraps, etc., etc. And we just didn't have the kind of dollars that could compete with that. The second thing we noticed is that even those that did have or did try to compete in that game, bus wraps, billboards, etc., it didn't work in the craft beer industry. Craft beer sells differently than macro beer. And so for us, what it came down to for us was really trying to create here at the tap room a unique craft beer experience. We call it experiential marketing. And so we didn't care if we made money at the restaurant. We didn't care if we made money selling beer by the pint. All we wanted to do was create a positive experience for our customers so that the next time they are walking down the aisle at their local liquor store, they think about Pile of Bones. And so we started thinking about the kind of experience we wanted to create for customers that would create that connection or that experience for them that would lead them to buying our beer on the shelf. And really 3 factors stood out to us that were most important. Number 1 was location. Number 2 was the food and drink experience here at Pile of Bones. And number 3 was the ambience or the feel of the room that we thought was really critical to creating that positive consumer experience. So the first thing we talked about was location. And location for craft brewing, particularly in the city of Regina, is a very, very tricky subject because brewing is manufacturing, which is an industrial activity. That means that we had to find a place that was either zoned industrial or we needed to go to city council to get approval, and we knew that with how quickly we were growing underneath O'Hanlon's, we didn't have the time to go to city council. So we literally pulled out zoning maps and started looking for areas where we could build a production brewery with a tap room and where we also had some access to the market. Now we looked at spaces in the industrial zone. Again, this is manufacturing, and so those spaces made a lot of sense. Rent is a lot cheaper. You have a lot more headspace in the buildings, a lot more room for parking, et cetera, et cetera. But it didn't make sense for creating that brand, that experience that was so critical to us. And so we were able to find this location here on Saskatchewan Drive that is in the shadow of Mosaic Stadium, stone's throw from downtown, and really right next door to Cathedral Village, which is one of the true gems here in Regina. And so the old adage in business is location, location, location. It's even trickier in the brewing business, but we think we really found the perfect spot. And to be honest, we paid a pretty significant premium for it because of it. The next thing we needed to focus on was the food and drink experience. Let me start by talking about the beer. The first decision we made was that we wanted to not just sell Pile of Bones beers, we wanted to sell beers made by our friends at the other breweries here in Saskatchewan. And we did that for a couple of reasons. First, when we opened in 2019, Saskatchewan was really ready for an aggregator business, for a Saskatchewan craft beer bar. And we were building a bar anyway, so we thought, why not take the opportunity to be a leader in our industry and build a one-stop shop where you could come and experience all of the Saskatchewan beers, whether Pile of Bones or not, and associate that experience with the Pile of Bones brand. Secondly, we liked our friends' beers. We're craft beer fans. That's why we got into this business in the first place. And so this gave us an opportunity to showcase really the Saskatchewan brewing industry and really let it flex its muscles. And so with that decided, the next thing we needed to figure out was the food experience. Now, we had seen our friends at some of the other breweries try to launch a tap room without a really quality food experience, and that really hampered their ability to create the sort of experience that differentiated Pile of Bones from some of our other friends. And so we didn't want to start a restaurant. We didn't know anything about the restaurant industry. We were just four home brewing buddies that used to run the Ales Club together and wanted to open a craft beer bar. So we needed to find a quality food operator or kitchen partner. And so we started to look around, and the food trucks kind of were natural partners because these were incubator businesses in the development phase, often looking for a brick and mortar opportunity, and we had the perfect opportunity for them. So we partnered with what I thought was one of Saskatchewan's preeminent chefs, Mariana Brito, over at Malinche, and they created a true upscale Mexican restaurant experience. And so you could sit down here, have a beer before dinner, have some of the best tacos you've ever had in your life, have a beer after dinner, and that's something you couldn't get anywhere else. The final thing we had to think about was the feel of the room. And we didn't want to go with some of the more traditional restaurant approaches. So we hired two people that we thought really made a big difference in design of the room. The first was a Métis artist who had no previous experience in professional interior design, Melanie Monique Rose. And Melanie came in and really brought all sorts of elements of Saskatchewan together, from our agricultural history to the indigenous history, and really created a really unique space. The second person we brought was a professional interior designer, Lana Cook, and she really brought form to function for Melanie's vision. And those two people, I think, created what is a truly unique experience in Saskatchewan. And so how does this all lead back to marketing? Well, the proof is in the pudding. Our beers are flying off the shelves, both in Regina and across the province and across Western Canada. Since we opened this space in 2019, we've actually already completed another expansion to increase our capacity to sell even more beer on the shelf. And so that was our marketing strategy. It's working for us. I'm not sure if it'll work for everyone, but we think it's pretty cool.
Thanks, Josh, for that very interesting presentation, a very interesting approach to experiential marketing. Next up, we have Jessica Alexander from Prairie Berries. Prairie Berries was founded in 1983 with a simple and ambitious goal: introduce the delicious, high in nutrients Saskatoon berry to the world. They grow, produce, and promote healthy, great-tasting ingredients and gourmet products. Prairie Berries is actively involved in Saskatoon berry product research and development to introduce new Saskatoon berry products to the marketplace. They are committed to provide the best quality products to their customers by ensuring consistency in their grading standards on the farm food safety programs and processing products. Jessica will present on successfully growing your retail line on a small budget.
Hi, I'm Jessica, and today I'm going to talk about marketing a retail food line on a small budget. I work for a company called Prairie Berries, And I'm just going to take a couple minutes to explain who we are and what we do, and then we'll get into it. At Prairie Berries, we grow and produce Saskatoon berry products. We have around 140 active acres right now of Saskatoon berries, and we also have a CFIA processing plant on site. So every harvest, we harvest our berries, we bring them into our plant to clean, sort, and freeze, and then from there we create our Saskatoon berry products. So we currently have a retail line and an ingredient line. So our retail line, we have our dried berries, chocolate covered, spreads, syrups, powders. And for our ingredient line, we have bulk products of our frozen Saskatoon berries, puree, concentrate, powders, dried berries, and pie filling. Today I'm going to talk about marketing our retail products, the challenges we've had, things that have worked for us, things that haven't worked for us, and just some overall tips to how you can get your product in the market successfully on a smaller budget. One of the challenges we faced when it comes to marketing our Saskatoon berry products is, unless you're from the prairies, nobody really knows what a Saskatoon berry is. They also go by a few different names. Some people call them June berries, some people call them service berries. So we've definitely struggled with how do we get people outside of the prairies to buy product they've never heard of before. And being a relatively small company that was in the middle of growing, we really had to figure out how do we market the Saskatoon berry products on a small budget successfully. We've had some retail product around for a while under Prairie Berries, but we really wanted to revamp where we wanted Prairie Berries to go in the future and what products we wanted to focus on. So that was step one, is really looking at our retail line, seeing what was working, what wasn't working, and what we could introduce in our retail line to give us an extra boost and get us into the markets we wanted to get into. We spent a lot of time looking at trends, what was in the market right now, where was the market heading, and where do we fit into all of that. So that was definitely probably one of the main focuses when we got started on this project, is where do we see ourselves in 5 years and what products do we want to take with us? A big thing I think to remember is more isn't always better. Find a few products that really represent your company and push those products. When you're starting off, it's easier to have a few main products that you focus on opposed to trying to get 20 products into the market. So find a few that really represent your company. They're your top products, they're your bread and butter, and you push those products. Because one of our main challenges is the fact that not a lot of people know about Saskatoon berries, we really wanted to focus on educating our customers on what a Saskatoon berry is. So we spent a lot of time researching the berries, putting together research content, videos, social media ads, just really educating people on what a Saskatoon berry is. And that really helped gain interest in our products and our company. So we really focused our marketing online, and it was a way for us to interact with thousands of people on a smaller budget and really educate everyone on what a Saskatoon berry is and why they should love it. And with marketing the Saskatoon berry and explaining to customers what a Saskatoon berry is, we really spent the time also marketing Prairie Berries, who we are, the kind of company we are, and just telling our story. So we never really focused much on product specific at first. We really just wanted to build Prairie Berries, what we are, who we are, and really just educate people on Saskatoon berries. And then we kind of grew from there. With the internet being such an amazing tool right now for marketing, we really wanted to focus on our website when we did our rebranding. We wanted a website that not only looked great, that could grow with our company throughout the years, have an online store, and also have a place where customers can go and learn about Saskatoon berries, learn about prairie berries and who we are, and just have a website we could really use to interact with our customers. After we launched our website, our next big thing we focused on was social media. Social media can be a great tool on a small budget. You just have to know who your target audience is. So that is one of the very important things you have to do when starting off on social media is who's going to buy your product? Who wants to learn about your product? And from there, you can really create targeted ads that you're going to get your biggest bang for your buck because you're focusing your ads on people that are actually going to buy your product. When it comes to social media, I think one of the most important things is valuable content. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to flood news feeds with prairie berries, prairie berries, prairie berries. You want to make sure every time you post something, every time you do an ad, every time you're interacting with your customers, it's valuable. They are going to see value in what you're showing, what you're saying, and what you're promoting. So one of the things we really focused on was building our online presence with our online store. And so with this, we were able to promote our products, sell our products, and get our products into customer hands all across Canada. And we have been able to do this on a fairly low budget just by doing social media ads, posts on social media, sales, giveaways. We've also partnered up with some companies on social media as well as food box subscriptions, things like that. And it really helps to share the marketing expense when you team up with other companies or people that'll help promote your product for you. We really pride ourselves on customer service at Prairie Berries, and that's really helped us grow our online community. We really take the time to interact with our customers, listen to their feedback, and that really helps you create customers that will keep coming back and customers that will tell other people what a great company you are and how awesome your products are. Some of the struggles we faced with getting our products into the market was cost. Because we are just a smaller company and Saskatoon berries aren't mass produced, our cost is going to be higher. And I think there's a lot of small companies or unique companies that face this problem. And what you need to focus on is your uniqueness. There isn't another product like yours out there, and use that in your marketing. Push that in your marketing. Let people know why they should invest in your product. One of the big things we did was packaging. You want to have a package that's going to stand out, that someone's going to walk by and say, whoa, what is that product? Packaging was a big part of our marketing plan for our retail product launch. We wanted to really come out with a packaging that was going to stand out, look great on shelves, and also be the appropriate packaging for that product. So we did a lot of research in, say for our powders, okay, how are powders being displayed in stores? And we really tried to stick with, what was in the market and what was functional for that product. We wanted to really keep our packaging clean. So we kept very simple fronts to all our packaging, and we just kind of listed the few main points to this product. So for example, on this one, we have, non-GMO, gluten-free, very high in fiber. So just a few things that customers are going to look at and say, wow, I really want to try this product, or that's exactly what I was looking for. I really need some fiber in my diet. Things like that, that's going to catch the customer's eye and really make them consider your product. So we really wanted to focus on packaging as we feel like it is very important to launching products. We really focused on the local movement and really worked at using that to our advantage with promoting our products. There are so many stores right now that are willing to take on local products and just see how they do. Once we got our product into stores, the big thing was growing relationships with these stores. So offer some free product if you're just getting in there to see how it goes. Do some store specials. Really promote those stores on your social media, website. Another big thing is demos. Demo, demo, demo. Nothing helps push your product more than people actually getting to try the product. It's also pretty cost efficient. If a store is willing to have you come in and do demos, always take them up on it. Stores also really appreciate you taking the time to promote the product and help increase sales within their stores. And a lot of stores will also run their own marketing stuff. And the more involved you are with the store, the better chances you have of them choosing your product to do some marketing stuff with. For example, we got to do a commercial with Save on Foods. Here's a clip of the commercial.
When you buy local at Save on Foods, you support locals, like Prairie Berries in Keeler, Saskatchewan. What started as Sandy and Ken's passion project back in 1993 has turned into a 140-acre Saskatoon berry orchard, one that employs local people who have made it their passion as well. In buying local products, you become part of stories like these and help the people who put their heart into everything they make. You're supporting locals when you buy Western Canadian products at Save on Foods.
Another thing we do at Prairie Berries to try to keep our marketing budget lower is we try to do a lot of our marketing stuff in-house. So in terms of design, setup, social media ads, website maintenance, we really try to do that in-house. If we need to branch out, we will. But we try to keep a lot of that in-house, and that really helps free up some of our marketing budget to put towards new packaging, trade shows, demos, social media ads and stuff like that. So definitely take the time, do some training on the side, and you'd be surprised at how much you can really do on your own. We've grown significantly over the last 3 years, and I think a lot of our success comes from just really believing in our product, working hard, getting out there, getting into the stores, interacting with customers, and really focusing on products we think are going to be successful and putting them in markets where they're going to succeed. I hope you found this information helpful, and thanks for listening.
Thank you, Jessica. You have found some very unique and successful ways to market your product on a small budget. Finally, our third presenter is Catherine Baudon from Zesty Kits. Zesty Kits is a meal kit service founded in Regina by sisters Catherine and Annie Baudon. Zesty Kits delivers meal kits to empower families from the Canadian prairies to discover local producers and ingredients through their kitchens. Focused on creating a positive impact, they deliver pre-portioned, locally sourced ingredients in kits that allow families to quickly and easily prepare meals. They empower customers to discover new flavors while supporting their health and local producers. Catherine's presentation today is how to use a client-centric and collaborative marketing approach during COVID-19.
Hello, my name is Catherine Baudouin and I'm co-founder of Zesty Kits. I'm excited to let you know how at Zesty Kits we use a client-centric and collaborative approach to marketing to exceed our year-to-date targets during the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, I would like to talk to you about who Zesty Kits is, what our target market is, what our marketing goals and approach are, as well as some of the challenges we faced in 2020, the approach that we use to reach our goals, as well as the results achieved to date, and some key messages. Zesty Kits deliver meal kits to empower families from the Canadian prairies to discover local producers and ingredients through their kitchen. Focused on creating a positive impact, we deliver pre-portioned, locally sourced ingredients in kits that allow families to quickly and easily prepare meals. We empower customers to discover new flavors while supporting their health and local producers. Our meals are filled with fresh vegetables, whole grains, marinated protein, as well as handmade sauces and spice blends. We're all about transforming lives and inspiring healthier communities through locally sourced, ready-to-cook dishes. Here is an ad I would like to share with you to explain a little bit what Zesty Kits is about. There might be some issues with sound, but hopefully it goes through perfectly.
Come on, Roger.
Our target markets are families with children under 18 with an annual income of over 120,000 a year, who values high quality meal experience, values supporting local farmers and producers as well. Our marketing goals in 2020 were to increase our lifetime value per customer of 10%, decrease our cost of acquisition by 20%, as well as increase our year-over-year revenue by 100%. We achieved these goals with a number of different approaches. To increase our lifetime value, we focused on a customer-centric approach, which increases client satisfaction and increases retention as well. We also focused on increasing our recurring revenue per active user, so focusing on those families and clients who purchase larger meal kits, so the 4 portions or 6 portion rather than 2 portions. To decrease our cost of acquisition, we focus on collaborative marketing. And to increase our revenue year over year, we focused on the 2 previous goals as well as increasing our service area. The key challenges that we faced in meeting these objectives are the industry environment as well as COVID-19. So let's go in detail a little bit about each of those challenges. The meal kit industry itself is very challenging. The industry is relatively new and is growing rapidly. In 2019, the meal kit industry was valued at $5.1 billion, and it is projected to be valued at $19.9 billion by 2027. The meal kit industry is dominated by large corporations backed by large venture capital. So an example of that is HelloFresh, which is valued at $1.6 billion and serves clients in over 100 countries. Profitability is difficult in the industry. The high overhead and the complex operations are part of the reason many large meal kit businesses are struggling. So for example, in 2015, Blue Apron became public. Then at that point, it was valued at $2 billion. And currently in October 2020, it is valued at only $92 million. So that's a 90% drop in value. The marketing spend in the industry is very high. So the average spend in the industry is 30% of revenue. COVID-19 had a significant impact on the approach to reach our marketing goals in 2020. Not only did the pandemic have a strong impact on businesses in all industries, but also on clients. Our business faced a number of challenges due to COVID-19. So some of these key challenges are there was an uncertainty and a rapidly changing environment. There was a strain on the supply chain. So some ingredients like local meats was very difficult to source and ingredient availability wasn't predictable. The lack of understanding of how the virus spread was very challenging. Our priority was always to ensure the safety of our client, the staff, and to meet the rapidly changing safety guidelines. Even though the challenges we faced as a business were significant, the most impactful challenges for us were the rapidly changing needs of our clients. So our clients were uncertain about the future. They had safety concerns as the situation was rapidly progressing, and what we knew about the virus was minimal when the pandemic started. Many clients were facing financial insecurities and requested additional flexibility. Ingredient availability was unpredictable in grocery stores, so clients were concerned about meal planning. The significant change in routine from working from home and homeschooling created stress during the spring, and clients were looking for support and were feeling overwhelmed. During the spring, restaurants were closed and going out for dinner wasn't an option. So clients were looking for options that would provide them an experience. The sense of community increased because many understood that small local businesses needed the support of the community. Our approach to meet our objectives with these significant challenges were to be client-centric and community-focused. When facing uncertainty, we decided to take an approach of service rather than focusing exclusively on meeting objectives. COVID-19 is a crisis that impacts us all. business and clients alike. And we see our role as serving our clients and supporting thriving communities. We approach our goal to increase our lifetime value through a client-centric approach. It is by opening the lines of communication with our clients that we begin to truly understand the impact of the pandemics on their lives and how to best support them through these difficult times. We informed our clients of new measures that were implemented for their safety. So two things that we focused on were clear communication and focusing on comfort dishes. So I'll go a little bit more in detail into each of those. In terms of the new measures that were coming into place, clients were a little concerned about their safety. They wanted to know what was done, and how we ensured clear communication and ensured to show them that their safety was priority for us was to include the temperature of the staff who assembled their meal kits on each of the meal kits. So this was not only showing, but demonstrating the actions that we were taking with real data. This increased the trust from our customers. Not only were many concerned for their safety, but also they were unsure if they would find the ingredients for their meals. So we inform clients that meal kits are considered an essential service and that they will still be available. Clients were feeling overwhelmed with the speed of change and the uncertain environment, which made them crave comfort. We focused on comfort dishes during the beginning of the pandemic because comfort dishes do bring a sense of security, and they bring back childhood memories. We also gave locally sourced gifts to our clients, and these little gifts bring a smile to our clients' face, and they can make a big difference in their day. We collaborated with a local artist to provide drawing for each meal kit delivered. These coloring pages include simple pages for children and more complex coloring for adults. And this provides an opportunity to relax and be creative. The coloring pages for children make it easy for parents to bring children in the kitchen during meal preparation. And each recipe do include steps to include the children in the meal preparation, but when they're not busy helping with meal preparation, they can have fun coloring. During early springs, restaurants were closed and clients were looking for an experience during supper time to have at home. So due to the added stress and the exhaustion from the changing routine, and this includes working from home and the change in working from home and homeschooling, the need for distraction and having a fun experience was even greater. So we introduced a themed weekly menu once a month, and these theme menu provided a full experience, which included a recommended playlist, recommended wine pairing, children-friendly recipes, and themed coloring pages. We also began a cooking series with Global News to teach Saskatchewan residents how to easily cook comfort dishes featuring Saskatchewan ingredients from the comfort of their home. These videos were associated with blogs to ensure recipes are easy to make, and some of the recipes that we featured included bread, jam, pie, so all these comfort dishes that we all crave when we're looking for comfort. We approach our goal to decrease our acquisition costs through collaborative marketing. When COVID began, we really didn't know what the answers were, and we didn't come up with the answers by ourselves. We went around and contacted our partners, and it is collectively that we are working through this crisis. COVID was scary for all businesses. Facing the unknown became an opportunity for us as a community. Zesty Kits is rooted in collaboration with local producers. We know the strength that comes through collaboration, and during the pandemic, we had to be physically apart, but we did grow closer together. Our producers and partners were going through the same crisis as us, and we reached out, and it is together that we are navigating this crisis. We spent hours on the phone, on Zoom calls to brainstorm on how to adjust our processes, our products, or services to meet our clients' needs during this crisis. The trust built within our community evolved into friendships and deep understanding of each other's clients and businesses. We now know what is important for each other, and we know how to create win-win collaborations. The trust this level of trust that we built really strengthened our network and our marketing as a community. Local, relevant, and win-win partnerships have been pillars in our transformation and will be key to growing success. On an ongoing basis, we showcase every local producer's feature in recipes. Here you can see examples of social media posts made tagging producers, and these producers shared the posts on their social media with personalized comments. These collaborations provide mutual increase in product/service awareness, and as businesses are influencers in the community, these referrals also increase social proof collectively. Collaborating at a deeper level with our partners on marketing and growth effort is the way forward for us. For example, our service area was expanded when we learned that a partner's fleet of truck had capacity during their return trip. So that unused space was leveraged to grow our delivery network in an environmentally conscious, cost-effective, and mutually beneficial manner. By focusing on being client-centric and community-oriented, not only did we exceed our lifetime value, CAC, and revenue target, but we now consider our partners and producers friends. Our community is stronger, and we are equipped to continue developing win-win collaborative marketing. Key messages that I would like to share with you today are that a competitive environment is an opportunity to challenge ourselves and to be creative in our marketing approach. A transparent and strong communication with clients is essential to meet their rapidly changing need in a pandemic environment. Business growth while supporting thriving communities is possible. We are not only getting through this crisis, but our product did improve. Our revenue increased by 300% and our serving area increased. Most importantly, we grew stronger as a community. It is through collaboration and innovation that we will transform our industry and grow our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine, for your presentation. It's very interesting to hear how Zestic found a way to adapt and succeed during this challenging time. On behalf of CAMA Saskatchewan, I would like to thank all of today's presenters for their participation and commitment to making this a very informative and successful event. I would also like to encourage everyone watching to support these local companies and try their excellent products and services. Also thanks to Cinema 6 Productions for their help in putting together today's presentation. CAMA Saskatchewan has a full and exciting lineup of virtual events this fall and winter. Next up is a webinar the week of November 23rd, the new face-to-face experience presented by marketing promotions company Brand Boulevard. Please visit our website for the list of events and to register for these events, and also for more information on how to become a CAMA Saskatchewan member. Thank you and have a great day.